fake news.
Despite the latest attacks, the new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll reveals a growing credibility gap for President Trump.
The same polls that put Hillary Clinton in the White House for 12 months prior to the election. Those same polls?
2/3 of Americans, 62%, say he has not been honest or truthful about the Russia investigation, with Republicans making up nearly a quarter of that group. All this amid new revelations about the scope of Russia's disinformation seem to all but rule out an in-person presidential partial shutdown. It would happen on Friday, seemed to be increasing by the day, with no plan in sight for a deal. President Trump threatening the shutdown if he doesn't get $5 million.
Then they talk about the shutdown.
His top aides doubling down on that threat over the weekend. Democrats saying they'll only give him $1.3 billion. Now,
also we're going to talk about something else here.
Digging in.
We Democrats, Leader Pelosi and I, offered the president two options as to how to avoid the shutdown.
Key issue, but many Republican lawmakers taxpayers to foot the bill first. Savannah and Hoda.
All right, Kristen.
Okay, then they talked about
Thank you.
Now to big
the
shakeups
wall
inside the Trump administration. An old comment about the president from his pick to
Mexico
be acting chief of staff
U.S. border
is
wall.
new attention, and a member of the president's cabinet is.
And then they're going to talk about this.
He sounded quite different discussing Donald Trump, calling him a.
And now we're going to talk about this other thing.
I think he's a terrible human being, but the choice on the other side is just as bad.
The choice on the other side is just as
Mulvaney
bad.
wrote around that time, and it now
Yeah, that's the truth.
In many ways.
a Mulvaney spokesperson calls the
Okay, the last thing
former
here.
congressman will stay on as director of the Office of Management and Budget,
One more
even
thing.
as he takes
We're
on
going to
the
do three
acting
things
chief of
here.
agency and 17 separate investigations into his conduct. President Trump asked about that last month.
Is he in
I
jeopardy?
think he's doing an excellent job, but we will take a look at
Okay,
that.
now they're going to
Brainstorm,
talk
and we'll
about
probably have an idea about that in about a week.
A House
Obama
Democratic
era.
source says Zinke was facing the fine by those ethics questions. Short answer is, for those folks, Hoda, nothing happens to them for now. The law remains in place since it is expected to be appealed to higher courts. The expectation is this will go all the way to the Supreme Court. Right now, some Republicans, though, think that this case doesn't have legs to stand on, predicting that stand by that Texas judge and Obamacare, it's basically business as usual.
Vaping this past year, that's twice as many as the year before.
This is at the Interior Department as much defined by those ethics questions as by the agency's repeated rollbacks of Obama-era environmental protections.
There was a lot of breaking news over the weekend. There was a federal judge in Texas who declared.
Okay. Rollback of Obama-era environmental protections. So I said, I wonder what that is. So I Googled it. And it says here, last year, President Trump signed an executive order directing the EPA to begin the long process of repairing the Clean Water Rule and replacing it with something else. Because Tuesday, the agency revealed its replacement, one that will smooth over the problems that made the 2015 regulations so contentious between the government and business people. Okay, so, President Trump repealed Obama-era, environmental protections. Well, yes, but he replaced them already with ones that people are more agreeable to. Okay, because it triggered fierce. The Obama era ones triggered fierce blowback from farm and industry groups across the country. Opponents condemn Obama era environmental protections as a massive power grab from Washington. Politico reported, saying it will give bureaucrats carte blanche to swoop in and penalize landowners every time a cow walks through a ditch. So, yes, he did repeal Obama-era environmental regulations, but also replace them with ones that were more agreeable to the American public, to citizens of this country. You know, talk about fake news. Unbelievable.